Okay, let's do some practice with fractions leading up to a problem involving limits. So we've got various situations here. In this first one, we don't have a fraction on the second one, so we can make the second one a fraction by multiplying by the denominator on the left, right? This guy on the top and the bottom. We're allowed to do that because this is just the number 1. So we have a over b plus cb over b. Now that we have the same denominator, we can collect our terms on the top. In this next situation, we have two fractions, and on the bottom, we don't have any common factors. So what we can do is multiply the one on the left by 1 in the form of d over d, and the one on the right by 1, multiplying by b over b. So we get AD plus CB all over BD, which is our new shared denominator. We can get to that a little bit more quickly by using what's called the butterfly method. AD plus BC all over BD. And over here, I don't know if to you that looks like a butterfly, but that's why it's called the butterfly method. So maybe that's worth just another little example. So let's add 2/5 plus 3/7, no common denominators, or sorry, no common factors on the top on the denominators of either. So we're going to multiply by we're going to add these together using the butterfly method. So we've got 2 times 7, 14, plus 3 times 5, 15, all over 5 times 7, 35. Okay, this last one here, the butterfly method will work, but it's overkill. It's too much because all we're doing, all we have here is B and C, and over here we're missing one of those factors. So it's actually going to be much quicker just to multiply by that missing factor here of C over C. Now we have the same denominator on both. So we have A plus DC all over BC. Okay, now let's add these two things together. So in this situation, we can consider this 5 as a 5 over 1, and then just do the butterfly method. So we've got 5 times 1 minus 5 times 1 plus h, of course in parentheses there, all over the product of the denominators. So that's 1 plus h times 1. So we have 5 minus, so we have 5 minus 5 minus 5h all over 1 plus h. So we get negative 5h all over 1 plus h. So here is basically the exact same problem, just some different numbers, and now we're looking at the limit as h approaches 0. So again, we have trouble here because we want to substitute h equals 0, but we can't. So we have to find some way to clean that up. So let's first just kind of extract the numerator and play with that separately. So we have 7 over 1 plus h minus 7 over 1. Butterfly method is going to be 7 times 1. Oops. 7 times 1 minus 7 times 1 plus h, all over the product of the denominators, 1 plus h. Just like before, we will have 7 minus 7 minus, oops, this will give me 7 plus 7h, so I'm going to have 7 minus 7h. Just like above, these guys are going to go away, and we have negative 7h over 1 plus h. So we'll use that down here. Negative 7h over 1 plus h was our numerator. And now we're dividing by h. Okay, so maybe I'll just pause for a second and talk as well about compound fractions. I'll just exaggerate it like that. So here's one fraction being divided by another. We can write that using different notation, right? These two say the same thing. And we know that to divide by fractions, we are going to multiply by the reciprocal of the second. So we have a times d divided by b times c. This is one way that we can deal with compound fractions. So up here, we have negative 7h divided by 1 plus h divided by h. And this divided by h is going to be the same as multiplying by the reciprocal. So this is h over 1. We can multiply by 1 over h. We can write this as 1 fraction so negative 7h times 1 all over h times 1 plus h. Now I can cancel the h's, and as soon as I do that, I'm able to substitute h equals 0. And now I have negative 7 divided by 1 plus 0. So my final answer is negative 7. Looking back over here, we know that we can go through this process to figure out how to deal with the fraction on top of a fraction. But as you become increasingly fluent, we might be able to recognize that, okay, we have this thing on top, and I'm dividing that by this. So that will allow me straight away to cancel that h from the top. If that's not obvious right now, no worries, that will come with practice. So you can employ this approach if you wish. Okay, well done, folks.